Mail Call Monday, comic fans. Got a packaging from eBay, but this isn't just regular mail call. This is an eBay haul plus lessons learned, because I made some mistakes on eBay that I have no intention of ever repeating again. Call it lessons learned. This is my L. I took a valuable lesson that cost me a couple dollars. So let's get into it. So back on eBay, and I was really just looking for, I think I mentioned this in previous videos, sometimes I'll just go on there, and even if I'm not actively looking, like trying to buy something, I would just look up the prices of something like that I'm interested in, just to see if anybody else, like see how many, if there's a bunch of auctions, or I usually don't do too much for buy nows, but just check to see the auctions, see how many there are, see the prices going for, like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. And if I find one that looks like, that looks interesting, then I'll add it to my watch list and check the seller's other items, as you do, save on shipping, which is what I did. So I was like, all right, you know, I was looking for this one Supergirl book, Supergirl 19, the Rebirth run. I have the variant, but I wanted the standard cover because I like it. It just looks cool, and Jamal Campbell did the art on the interior. So I was like, oh, you know, let me get the standard cover, whatever. So I was looking for that one. This one I've wanted for a while, actually. And so the seller had a bunch of other stuff there. It's like, oh, and sometimes if they don't mention it in their description, I'll send them a message, say, hey, how much for additional, like, combined shipping? Like, how much for blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, I think it was $1. He said $1 issue. And I was like, okay. Usually I try to be wary of that one because, like, that shit can add up. And I did this too. I should have known better because I did this in, like, March or April with another seller that was doing, like, dollar additional, like, it was, like, what, $4 or $5, whatever, for the first auction. And then $1 for each additional comic. And I bought a bunch of books from that seller, and like what the total for shipping ended up being was a mess. But this, I think this was actually worse because it's only like a few books. So as we pull this out here, all right, let's see. I was like, oh, at least prefer them to at least be taped down, so you just put the slabs on there. But got a couple books here. So I got, was it 5 books from this one seller, and like several mistakes I made in this with this transaction. First mistake, I was watching, and I mentioned this too, like so often I will miss an auction, whatever. But the fact that I missed the auction, I missed the Supergirl auction. Like, I didn't miss it. This one actually, I got outbid. So I was watching a bunch of auctions, and I was like, all right, you know what? I had my, like, the slate of issues that I wanted to pick up from the seller. It was, I think originally I was watching like probably 10 or so, give or take, but I wasn't gonna get them all because some were a couple of variants. I was still kind of deciding like which one I wanted to go with, whatever. So I was watching it, and like as they were, there was a like a significant time gap between a bunch of them, and I was doing something, and I was like, oh man, I wasn't going to the store, so I was doing some stuff around here, maybe some cleaning, and I was like, all right, so I bid a couple auctions ended, bid on those. Oh my god, there's a gigantic spider like off on my wall right now. Maybe he'll give me radioactive power. I don't know. I don't think so. But so I bid on a couple. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me see. Like, I can go to the store and then just like worry about the auction while I'm shopping, or just wait a little bit of time, like get the auction and then go to the store. So I got a few of them, and then, but nobody was bidding on any of the books that I wanted. By the time I got to the Supergirl, when I was like, yo, you know what? Nobody else is bidding on any of these other books. And I was like, oh, maybe nobody's gonna bid in the Supergirl book. Wrong. Gino was wrong in that one. So I put the bid in, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just put the bid in early, which I don't usually do, and I'll just wait it out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because like all the other auctions, again, nobody was bidding. So I do that, and then I forget about it, and then go back and check. I was like, oh, somebody outbid me. I saw the outbid notification. I was like, what? That was the main purpose of going for those books. Like, it was Supergirl book, like, and I had already had a couple. So like, oh, so now I'm kind of on the hook now because for these other books. So now I'm all in for these other books. Whatever, let's do it. Let me see what I don't even remember. Honestly, don't remember everything I got here. But we're gonna jump into, because you're probably waiting for the books, but I had to tell part of the story. So Batman Rebirth, number 5, just right. Still got some early Batman Rebirth books to get. So here's number 5. This is a standard cover for that one. Honestly, I don't know how this run even kicked off. I didn't read too much about it, so I still have those other issues to pick up, including that one. And we have, oh yes, another one here. We got some Wonder Woman Rebirth because I'm getting Wonder Woman as well. The Fury of Savage Fire. Here is The Dark Gods. This is Wonder Woman, number 49. Now so all of this is happening in between, or right around the time I went to that fill bag sale. So some of those issues I end up snagging there. So I was like, oh, you know, drop them off, take them off my watch list because I get them infinitely cheaper there. Well, not infinitely, because most of these were like $1 or something, whatever. So like Supergirl was the main book I wanted, and I just dropped the ball on that one. I was like, because I didn't expect anybody to bid on it. Like, I just wanted that book. I'm like, nobody else is bidding on anything else, and all of a sudden for this one book, the one where I like put a bid in early and just let it sit and step away, I was like, all right, this is cool, I got this. Nope, that's the one that somebody happened to bid on. So I missed that one. So again, now the seller, like all these books it was whatever, like $4 or something, $4.95, whatever. It was somewhere between $4 and $5. And then it was another additional $1 for the rest of the books. So, or for each additional book. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. So after I was like missing out on the Supergirl book really kind of made me question the whole thing. Cause like, oh, was it really worth it? Because I didn't get the main book that I wanted, but I even got a couple books. Obviously the rest of the books I do want, but that was like the main point of the whole thing. But let's go to Batgirl. So this is all DC, baby. We've got the Joshua Middleton variant 4, Batgirl 24, this gorgeous piece of work here, this masterpiece, one of his many, because Joshua Middleton is an absolute champ. I already have a copy of this, but the seller had it for like $1 or something. So the additional $1 for shipping, whatever. I mean, you could even divide it up and it was still worth it. Like, you know, I just like to come across a lot of his Batgirl variants. I'll grab them, especially if I get them for cheap. Absolutely, like no hesitation. And then we got Full Circle. This is I Don't Care, She's My Mother, She's a Murderer. Here is Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number 20. Yes, this is the Terry and Rachel Dotson cover. That's the standard cover for number 20. And then, because I saw it on there and it was cheap, and that was another book I wanted, I was like, oh, you know what? I love this cover, and I picked it up. Actually, I got this one at $1 sale too, earlier this year or last year. But here's the variant for Batgirl and the Birds of Prey by Adam Hughes. That's right, number 20. This one again. So I have 2 copies of this because this is just a gorgeous cover, and I had to get it. And I wanted both covers because I like Adam Hughes and I like Terry and Rachel Dotson. So I absolutely had to, like, you know what? I'm getting both. I don't care. But again, the lessons learned. I'm never, anytime if like a seller has like additional auctions, like combined shipping for $1 each additional book, I'm not doing it unless they're like some high books. Not maybe either on my want list or just some more expensive books, because like these were cheaper books. It was like, well, now I'm paying more in shipping. Well, not more in let me see. It was, I don't know, it just didn't really seem worth it in the end. But there's some cool books, so some books I wanted, even though 2 I already have. I just wanted multiple copies of because they just look cool. So I was like, just kind of a lesson learned. And then thinking I could, like that one issue, which wasn't really my fault because nobody else was bidding, but it just happened to lose out on that. And I just stopped paying attention because I figured nobody else was bidding. So I put that bid in, which is why I don't like to do that. I always like to bid late. I went against my own pretty much SOP for eBay, bid late and snipe whatever, and like secure it that way. This way, that's why I don't like to bid early. So, but anyways, just a small haul, some DC stuff: Batman, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and the Birds of Prey. Batgirl, cool stuff, so cool. So anyways, some cool stuff, and constantly working on Batman for a little bit now, and I'm pretty much done with Wonder Woman. I have to be, unless the only thing I might be missing is like under a handful of issues now. So made a lot of progress in this last year. So I feel good about that. So yeah, that was that. Again, back on eBay, I was waiting for some other stuff that I was looking at, but I ended up not doing those yet. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll wait. And I was like, you know what? I'll do this one just for this haul. Open these books up and like inspect them, check them out, and talk about the story there. Share a couple life lessons, some eBay lessons that I learned, and probably cost me a few more extra dollars than it needed to be. But since their books were cheap, I don't know, maybe it kind of balances out. I don't know, whatever. But that's that. Just another small eBay haul, some storytelling. So let me know what you picked up lately. Back issues, new issues. How's everybody been on eBay? Again, it's been a while since I've been on eBay, a few months at least, I think. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me jump back on there. I got a bunch of stuff from one list I'm still eyeing, including another copy of that Supergirl book. So we'll see if I get that at some point. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you picked up, blah, blah, blah. All the good deals. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching and peace out.